So it was either yesterday or the day before, but we discussed a brewing scandal involving a recently elected Republican congressman named George Santos of New York. Essentially, we have very credible reason to believe that Santos lied to the public about major aspects of his resume and his biography, okay? And we have an update. The plot thickens, to say the least, because now he has earned the scrutiny of the New York Attorney General, and there may be additional things that he lied about beyond his resume, beyond his employment, beyond his education, and beyond his history of philanthropy. So let's dive into that. George Santos breaks silence as New York AG probes resume scandal. Incoming Republican George Santos on Thursday broke his silence about reports that he fabricated much of his resume, saying that he has a story to tell next week. Why it matters. As new revelations continue to mount about Santos's alleged widespread deceptions, House Republicans have been placed in an extremely tough spot as they prepare to take the majority by a razor-thin margin. And it's always good when House Republicans in particular, Republicans in general, but House Republicans in particular, are put in a tough spot. We're really happy about that. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who will likely need Santos's vote for Speaker, ignored questions about Santos when walking into the Capitol on Thursday. And we've discussed on this channel, McCarthy is still woefully short of the support and votes that he needs to become Speaker in January. He has no margin for error, and he's going to need this probable liar's backing if he wants to be Speaker. But the big news is that New York Attorney General Letitia James is investigating some of the issues raised about Santos, her office told Axios. And this is huge because with the exception of the United States Attorney General Merrick Garland, Letitia James is probably the most powerful attorney general in the country. And she's already made headlines this year and I think last year because she has been a stalwart, aggressive opponent of former President Donald Trump and the Trump Organization, pursuing them through I think at least 2 lawsuits of which I am aware, and the one against the Trump Organization so far has been pretty damn successful. So now her office is turning its scrutiny to George Santos, and I would not want to be him in this situation. But he says, look, to the people of New York, I have my story to tell, and it will be told next week. I want to assure everyone that I will address your questions. But it's going to take him a week, I guess, to assemble the facts. I remain committed to deliver results I campaigned on: public safety, inflation, education, and more. Happy holidays to all. He said, number one, he said happy holidays and not Merry Christmas, so it'll be interesting to see if he gets any flack from conservatives on this front, because happy holidays is like, I don't know, it's like saying Voldemort's name in Harry Potter, like it's the real world Christian equivalent of that. So we'll see if that gets him in any hot water. It'll also be interesting to see if he actually has any policy ideas with regards to public safety, inflation, education, and more, because as we know, the GOP really doesn't campaign on policy ideas. They tend to just cook up bullshit culture war takes and try to piss people off, and that's how they win. But it also doesn't end here. So we have additional information that the Times reported that Santos lied about his employment and educational background, his residence, and losing 4 employees in the 2016 Pulse nightclub shooting, which is particularly macabre and particularly disgusting if that's true, if he lied about the deaths of 4 of his employees just to gain public sympathy. The Times also reported that he may have lied about his financial disclosure and was charged with check fraud in Brazil. Additionally, reports in the following days raised further questions. Independent Jewish news outlet The Forward reported Santos, who claimed to be Jewish, lied about his grandparents fleeing the Holocaust. And then on Thursday, the Daily Beast reported that Santos, who said he's openly gay, finalized his divorce with a woman less than 2 weeks before launching his 2020 campaign for Congress. Now, I guess that doesn't necessarily preclude the possibility that he's gay. He could have been a closeted gay man. But in addition to all the other credible allegations against him for dishonesty and fraud, that doesn't help, right? Because the GOP pitched Santos as a victory for 2 primary reasons. And one of them was, that he flipped a congressional seat in New York, which again is a blue bastion. It's, it'd be like Democrats winning a seat in Texas. It would be a big deal. And then the second reason is because Santos is Latino, and he would be the first openly gay Republican congressman, I think, in history, right? So there's an identity politics angle there that the GOP is leveraging cynically to their benefit when and where appropriate, even though the GOP collectively, as we've discussed as a party, is still relatively misogynistic and homophobic and transphobic, right? So they don't really get that many brownie points. And now we have some reason to believe that he may not be, in fact, gay, right? It's possible. So yeah, he's becoming a bit radioactive with all these potential scandals and all these allegations of dishonesty. Republicans have not been weighing in on Santos, the report notes, but there is an increasing drumbeat of calls from Democrats for him to be investigated, which is good, right? Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Imagine if it were a Democrat in the middle of the scandal, if there were credible allegations that huge swaths of his resume, his education, his claims of philanthropy, his employment, and major aspects of his biography. Imagine if we had reason to believe that he either lied about much of it or that at least some of it. Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Republicans would probably be calling on him to resign, not just be investigated. So it's good that Democrats are putting the pressure on this and seizing this opportunity to put some pressure on the GOP in the House, since they're already under quite a bit of pressure and have very little margin for error. It's good. It's good politics, and we'll see what happens. It's entirely possible, I guess, in a week that we will find a credible refutation or a credible rebuttal from Santos about these allegations. It's possible, right? But I doubt it. That would be many major publications getting major things wrong. And if he had the facts on his side, why wouldn't he address them now, right? Because it's not like the scandal has done him any favors, right? It's not like his popularity has swelled. It's not like support for him has increased. He has a vested interest, if he does have the facts on his side, in nipping this in the bud now. And he's choosing not to, which kind of suggests that he's in fact guilty of defrauding the public to win an election. So we'll see where it goes, but the plot thickens. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, and I hope that you did, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe. Also, my link tree is in the description below, so if you have a sec, go ahead and share the love on all my social media accounts. Also, if you want to express an opinion, eternal devotion, or undying contempt, go ahead and leave a comment because we're always looking for feedback. And on that note, I look forward to pondering politics and pop culture again with you very soon.